So Trump just reversed the rule that our medical bills will go back on our credit report. Just as people are losing their Medicaid and Medicare. You know what this means, don't you? If you can't afford your medical bills due to high copays, high deductibles, no insurance, your credit report is fucked. And when you start getting healthy again, and you got a job, they can come garnish your damn wages. You know, I wouldn't have voted Democrat for shit in this election. But there was one thing that Biden did that I agreed with, and that was making that rule that those medical bills wouldn't be on your credit report. But now that they've made these changes, they can come after your life savings.
New this morning, a federal judge reversed a rule that would have removed medical debt from credit reports. The Biden-era rule would have also banned lenders from using medical devices like wheelchairs or prosthetic limbs as collateral for loans. Republican lawmakers pushed back on the rule, saying it created an inaccurate picture of debt for lenders. As many as 15 million Americans have medical debt.
If you are one of the 15 million Americans dealing with almost $50 billion of medical debt, unfortunately, that debt is not going to be wiped off your credit report after all. That's because a federal judge in Texas just ruled late last week that the Biden administration's rule was not legal. So here's what's going on. I've been reporting since last June that the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau under the Biden administration found that medical debt was severely hurting the ability of average Americans to get a loan or qualify for a mortgage. At the time, the CFPB said studies proved that medical debt was not a good indicator of a borrower's ability to repay other debts. So they proposed this new medical debt rule, which prohibited lenders from using medical information in their lending decisions. It increased privacy protections for borrowers, and it eliminated the medical debt from the actual credit reports. Importantly, the rule did not eliminate the actual medical debt. It just eliminated the medical debt from the credit report so that credit scores of millions of Americans weren't negatively impacted by this medical debt. Well, that rule became final in January of this year, and almost immediately, credit bureaus and trade organizations sued, saying the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau under President Biden overstepped its authority by creating this rule and finalizing it in January of 2025. In their view, they said the rule was a violation of the Fair Credit Reporting Act of 1970, and a judge in Texas agreed. Writing in this 34-page ruling, the Fair Credit Reporting Act expressly allows creditors to obtain and use properly coded medical debt information in credit decisions, but the medical debt rule would prohibit them from doing so. As it now recognizes, the Bureau was powerless to promulgate such a rule that flouts a federal statute by functionally rewriting it. Now, it's important to know that congressional Republicans hated this rule when the Biden administration first announced it. But by the time the rule took effect, Trump was already in office, and Elon Musk's Doge team stepped in and basically dismantled the entire Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. While it's technically still around to this day, the president ordered the agency and those who are still working for it to stop all of their operations.